We are here at South Pointe Development right in Cleveland, Ohio, and we are trying to tell you that we don't have much left. It is a 54-home development of townhomes. You can see how they're connected here. That's what makes it a townhome or a cluster type home. That's where they're in groups of 3, 4s, and 5s, all in this specific development. You know what? Actually, before we go too far, we actually have to pan back because you'll see the street name right over here on our other street is actually Early Way. And that's ironically my last name. I don't know how we pulled that one off, but you'll see that is pretty neat. You know what? If there's one way to go, it must be the Early Way. So anyway, we're gonna keep going through this. We have 54 homes here total, and we have so many sold. This is so good. I'm gonna show you the sign where they actually show sold out. We have very few left, and we just have to showcase it. We have to tell you that, look, this has been a 2-year project. Variances, approvals. We had to get the water department involved. We had to get the electric company involved. We had to get the gas company involved. All these people to run all these underground things to make a development possible. But the fun part is, we're almost at the end. And our builder here, Ryan, which is a national contractor, and many of you are probably watching and being like, oh yeah, I have a Ryan home development in my neighborhood anywhere in the US. There are lots of Ryan homes. They have sold hundreds of thousands of homes. So this company is well known. So we teamed up with them for building. Just watch your step here. We don't want to fall off this curb. The exciting part is that it's selling and selling fast. And there's something really exciting here. There's actually a QR code that you could scan when you enter in this development because you can join a VIP list. We apparently had over 2,000 people scan that for more information. You can see right behind me here the actual 4 builds, but also that QR code to schedule an appointment. So it was amazing to hear that the Ryan team had so many VIP inquiries, and that's because that sign was up months before these houses were even built. So people were driving through and getting the buzz and seeing what we're doing and liking what we're doing and signing up for more information and perhaps even taking a tour of the house, talking about the houses that are available and everything this development has to offer. You can see these 4 homes are built right here. These are the models. These will be the last to sell because they want to be able to walk people through them and talk about them. But I think the important part of this whole development is it's such a big asset for the city of Cleveland. Well, technically we're in the city of Parma, but I'm giving you Cleveland so you guys know where we're really talking about. If you're outside of this area, Parma is the largest suburb outside of Cleveland. We have about 90,000 people that live here, and we're the 7th largest city in the state of Ohio. You know, 90,000 people, that's a lot of people. And our housing stock, at one point, post-COVID, was under 100 houses for sale of 30,000 homes here. Less than 100 available for sale. And you know what? South Pointe Development has 54 available right now, and that could potentially be more than what's available on the entire market outside of this development, which is really interesting to hear and see and talk about and be at the forefront of it. What I'm gonna show you here is that these 4 models are done, but we actually have more that are sold and being built right here. So you can kind of get into the groundwork of the next 4 homes. And these are all ranches on this side. And I just kind of want to get us a shot over here. So these are 4 more houses going up. Right over here, you can see the fresh construction. They just poured the foundation walls. They have all the lumber here to put these 4 houses together. The exciting part is they're selling. There's also another cluster of 4 up there. Actually, you might be able to see them right from here. You can see another group of 4. We're gonna go over there in a few minutes and actually check that out as well. So you can see that one being built, but there are 54 here total. And you can see, oh, look at this. This is what I was talking about. So technically, these model homes are already sold. So these 4 are the ones we just looked at right here. 3 of the 4 are already sold, which is great to see. Lots of other red sold stickers on these. I guess that 3rd one isn't sold yet. However, we know it will sell. There aren't many houses to buy around here. The exciting part is that These homes are probably, all of them are gonna be about under 400,000, but I think they really say they start at 325, but you get upgrades and you probably land around 400,000. So you can imagine building 54 new homes here. I got asked a lot about how do you do this and why do this? So I just want to talk about that for a quick second, because if you do make it through the first couple minutes of this video, I think you'd want to know, because people are watching this video because they want to try and do this. They want to try and build their own development. I think the hardest part is getting the zoning, the variances through the city, and the land assembly itself. Like, I mean, where can you find 10 acres in a city that's growing and pay a reasonable price to be able to develop it and resell it? I think those are some of the big questions here, and that's what you really have to do to crunch the numbers. We have a certain contract with Ryan here that makes it advantageous to actually put in the 54 houses, and that's what you have to start with. We had 5.5 acres, and I teamed up with the person north of us for basically 5 more acres. So there was 2 owners on this northern parcel, and there was us on the southern parcel there, and between us, we have the 10 acres. So that's how we put it together. Then we have to approach the city. I mean, think about an acre in this city is maybe worth at least 100,000, if not more. So you got over $1 million in land. Then you're putting up 54 homes that you could sell each parcel for. So that's how Ryan works. I'm sure every builder will probably work similarly, but basically say, let's just do for round numbers. You're gonna get $100,000 a blank. So if you have 54 blanks that are eventually gonna be a house, you have the potential to make $5.4 million once you are completely done with this and sold out. Then you need to look at how much does it cost to actually start the development process. So the good thing to know about that is there's a lot that goes with it. You know, the variance, the meeting, the attorney fees. How about building this road? You have to build the road, put in the utilities, clear the trees. And I think we're easily over that $2.5 million mark. We'll see when it all settles, because we're constantly paying for stuff. There's a catch basin just beyond those new houses. I know we can't see them from right here, but maybe if we get a drone shot, we can go up there and take a look. That pond alone has created so many issues with runoff, with cattails, with neighbors, that we have to address and keep taking care of until we turn this over to the HOA. So just last week, we had cattails pulled out of there. We had silt debris pulled out of there. You know, like all this water runoff from all the dirt and everything from the construction is ending in that pond. And the problem is, it's your responsibility to take care of it. So these are things that are never ending. And like we talked about the signage, we put up a stop sign and the street name signs. All of this stuff, that's another $5,000 just in signage. The stop sign, the street sign. We have a couple of arrow signs, and I think there's a couple more stop signs over there, but $5,000 more in signage alone. So all these things are adding up to what it takes to actually put in a development. But the exciting part is we're just about to the finish line. We have just a few of these houses left to sell, and then we got to start building. Ryan builds up these clusters in about 75 days. So as quickly as we can finish up the last few that we need to sell, you'll actually have the clusters to put up. Ryan and probably other builders don't build the clusters unless they probably have 3 of the 4 sold. So they will put up for the 4th one and buy it, which is important because you still have a loan to pay and everything else to pay. However, they will only do that once they have 3 of the 4 sold. So you might be waiting a while to sell. Like, I mean, that was an exception because that's the model, but there's gonna be another group of homes right here that aren't completely sold yet, so they won't build them. There's 2 of the 4 sold right here. So they're gonna wait for 1 more to be sold to actually hit the trigger, buy the lots, and then start building. So if that gives you a little bit of info on what's going on here, we know the best number to make on this whole development is $5.4 million. Actually a little less because they're not giving us 100,000 per blank, but for round numbers on total minus all of your expenses. So whatever that bottom number is, we'll have to see if this development was even worth it. It's our first one we've ever done. And the guy who's also working with us has never developed like this before. So we're all kind of learning and doing this. That's why I'm also documenting it. So I'm trying to give people, the millions that have watched our channel, and feel free to leave a comment or a question here too, really what they want to see and do, and then we could take it from there. So that's how this video developed. People actually suggest these different things. So we're living it, we're doing it. So let's talk about it and film it. So that's what we're doing here today at South Pointe. And we'd encourage any questions or comments or anything you have to say about this development so we know what you want to see here and talk about on the next video. But for now, South Pointe is selling out. Probably Cleveland's largest development. I know it's the city of Parma's largest development we have going on right now. Residential, commercial, there's nothing worth more than $20 million right now being built in the city of Parma. Again, this is Cleveland's largest suburb, Parma, Ohio, where South Pointe is selling out.